Welcome to the weekly update show. I'm Brandon.
I'm Darren.
We had some breaking news today.
No.
I think the biggest news in the online safety, youth student safety space has to be Roblox announcing requiring age verification checks or ID checks or face scanning ID verification checks in order to go on and play their game.
Yes. Which they were under lots of pressure, right? Lots of pressure because of all the bad things that have been happening on Roblox, right? With respect to online predation, exploitation, saying things that people shouldn't be saying, like just a ton of bad PR. So obviously this is the reason why they've gone into it, right?
Yeah. So people can opt in voluntarily into December, where you can be the first to submit your face to Roblox in order for it to verify your age and then allow you to chat with people. However, in January, which is actually pretty soon, users will be required to submit a face scan ID in order to get involved in chats. You can still play the game, just can't chat if you don't submit your face.
So what's interesting about this is that it's primarily being implemented to protect those under the age of 18, right? Like kids, but really it affects everybody, right? Because even if you're an adult, you're going to have to register. If you want to chat, you're going to have to register using some form of biometrics, i.e. a face scan, right? Yep. Do they accept any other ways to age verify other than face scans, or is face scans the one that they're using?
Looks to be face scans are the way to go, which honestly is better than submitting your government photo ID.
It is.
And it looks like they're partnered with Persona, which from what I've seen, they are the biggest, most popular age verification estimation service out there.
But there's still some privacy concerns, but I know that this is being implemented elsewhere around the world, and kids are pretty ingenious in what it is that they do to bypass this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. So a couple things from the announcement. You'll be using your phone through the camera app on your phone, so you have to have a camera on a phone to make this work. Yeah. Images and videos are processed by Persona.
Yep.
And then, as Persona states, they're deleted immediately. Nothing stored. Once they have,
yeah, we've heard that before.
Well, once they give you the check mark, going, yes, you are roughly this age, then that stuff is removed from their server.
So do you have to go in every single time and do this? So every time you go into Roblox, like you sign out and sign back in, you're going to have to do it.
No, unlikely. Typically how this works, like most other services that use this sort of setup, you submit once and then you're good to go. Yeah. Because once your age is attached to your account, you only get older from that point forward.
And their service is not cheap to do that, right? Like, so this is another concern I have, right? Is that, if you're a big company making lots and lots of money and you're doing age verification, well, then it's not a big deal, right? But for smaller companies that don't have big budgets, like how are they going to afford doing something like this?
Actually, I have no idea what Persona charges for their service.
I bet you it's big bucks.
Are they a publicly traded company?
I don't know. But
honestly, given all the laws being passed, if they are, this is not an investment advice, but I mean, I'm just saying, I know a lot of people are using them.
Yeah, I know. And, credit to Australia, given what they're going starting December 10th, I think it's next week or the week after that it starts, that they've got their age restrictions going on in Australia. They did a huge research paper on a variety of these different age verifications that are going on, the strengths and weaknesses of them. And it's becoming big, right? Like everybody's now doing it. So, these companies, it's becoming a heyday. It's becoming a big payday for them as well. But I still have some concerns over privacy issues, right?
I haven't seen anything inherently bad, like with data breaches involving like the Persona app.
Right.
They do seem to be the premier, the Apple version of age verifications.
Right.
Now, the purpose of all this is once you have submitted and your age is estimated, you'll be allowed to chat with people within your rough age bracket. So groups of under 9 to 12, 13 to 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, and 21 plus. Now, if you are, say, 15, you can chat with people in the group below and above. But there are different age brackets in which they put you in.
It's going to be interesting to see how kids and other people, those who maybe want to target our kids, are going to attempt to bypass it. I mean, one of the things is that this company that's doing this, you don't think they're going to become a big target for hackers right now? Because just think of the amount of personal identifiable information that's going to be located in these things that you could potentially use for fraud, right? Yep. Online fraud. So I think they've just painted a big target on them personally. But we promise you we'll keep it secret and nobody else will have access to it and you don't have to worry about data breaches. Really? I think we're going to be talking about a couple of things, right?
As long as they do actually delete the data right away.
Yeah, but we've heard that before.
It's like using a VPN, right? Like technically all your data goes through a VPN server and you're kind of trusting on them to delete this stuff afterwards.
So who's going to police that? Who's going to police them to make sure that they're doing that?
Generally, VPNs that are highly rated, they allow for external audits.
Right.
So I would hope... I haven't looked much into Persona, but I would hope that they do allow external audits.
Third party. Yeah. You would hope, right? Because it's like saying to a baker, don't test your own stuff, right? Like they're going to, right? So, you want to make sure that you have some kind of policing and oversight, third party, neutral, to go in there and making sure that they're doing what it is that they say to do. Because the amount of personally identifiable information, like facial scanning and stuff, is going to be significant.
A few things to also note. You can actually bypass the whole chatting within your age bracket, where they call it trusted connections. So the scenario would be, okay, you have a teen, let's say they're 13, and maybe they have an older sibling who is 18.
Yes.
Well, you don't want to ban, those two people from playing together. Right. So it's called Trusted Connections, and it's using a QR code verification. So basically on your phone, you pull it out and then you go, okay, hey, I want to add you as a friend on Roblox. Right. So you show your QR code. So it has to be in person. However, I guess a video chat, you could just show your QR code over a video chat. So I'm not quite sure how they're going to enforce that.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, like it or not, this is where everybody's going, right? Like there's been so much heat on right now to these companies to say that they have to do more. But, one of the things that I'm finding is that by companies doing this, they're kind of shedding the responsibility back onto the end user rather than to themselves, right? Because, if all of a sudden something bad happens, then Roblox can look at this company that's doing the age verification going, hey, we're doing everything right. We hired this company. If that company let somebody else in that they shouldn't have let in, that's their fault. It's not our fault.
True. And also Roblox, as they've stated with a lot of gaming companies do, is they publicly state, we don't encrypt messages. So they're basically, and Discord does that. When Discord was brought to the US Senate hearing on protecting kids, all these Facebooks, Meta, WhatsApps, they were like encrypted apps. The government can't see what they're doing.
Right.
And Discord's sitting there going, we comply with all legal warrants because everything is public. There's nothing's encrypted.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're going to talk about a data breach with Discord a little later, aren't we?
Yes, but again, that just goes to prove that nothing in Discord is encrypted.
Right.
So again, that's a smart move for Discord and Roblox because they're shedding responsibility going, well, government, you have these spy agencies, you can just scan our stuff.
Right.
So why aren't you taking action? Right. So it's interesting how they're doing that. And obviously, they're also moving another update.
I actually think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I am a little concerned again about privacy, right? And how this could potentially, and there has to come a point in time where we can find a balance between privacy, because I understand the privacy concerns, but I also understand the safety concerns. I mean, we as a company, that's what we're all about, right? Just privacy and safety. And there has to be a happy middle ground there somewhere. And so
I do think Persona is doing the best job so far.
There's another company out of Australia that I know of. I've just been following them recently. And they're actually developing a system that is going to be based upon a token that is owned by the parent that is assigned to the specific phone of the child, right? Which is kind of cool. So you won't need any kind of biometrical data whatsoever. It's going to be token based that is going to be issued to the parent, who will prove who they are of age, and then they can give that token.
Put the responsibility on the parents?
Well, don't parents have a part to play in this whole thing? They're the ones giving the kids these devices, right? So I think they do have a part to play. I'm not saying that they should bear all the weight here, but I think it's a good idea because, again, what that company's saying is that we really don't want to collect any kind of biometric data on you. We just don't, right? So we would rather use this token base because if I have a token that is purchased by an adult who's the parent who's using it, well, then I'm not collecting any kind of PII information on the youth. Oh, okay, I kind of like that, right? So I've actually connected with the company because I want to talk to them a little bit more, because I think it's kind of smart what they're doing. I just can't remember what the name of them are, but it's kind of a neat idea.
One more update that I see a lot of people not really talking about that was mentioned by Roblox is they are limiting outside links to social media in profiles until such time they verify via their identity check system.
Right.
Which is important because, as we know as investigators, one of the primary ways how exploitation occurs is, hey, follow me on this account, message me on Discord, message me on Snapchat. So those links to outside networks will be restricted unless age verification has been approved.
There you go.
So honestly,
there you go.
You know, despite all the blame that Roblox gets, you know, Roblox has been doing a lot with kid safety features
but that's not by choice. I mean, it's not necessarily by choice. It's because their feet are being held to the fire over everything that's going on, right?
Even before a lot of the more public disclosures and experiences, Roblox had, you know, a child safety team. They had child safety features. They're just amping up those features an extra level now because they are being the most popular online platform for young people today. They have to. I
still think one of the better ways to go with parents too, especially for kids on Roblox, is to get your own Roblox server so you can control it, right?
Yes, but you have to pay for it and all that stuff.
But in the end, is that worth keeping your kids safe, right? Like, are you willing to pay a couple bucks every month to keep your kids safer? Well, I guess it depends upon the family who can afford something like that, I guess, right? In today's world where everybody's being tariffed for everything.
True.
You know, trying to find money today can be somewhat of a struggle. So
I want to take a quick moment and just chat about just the idea of age or ID verification and some of the challenges. Now, I don't believe these ones involved Persona. I believe these were other third parties, but we have throughout recent history, even this year, cases of the app like the T app, where people once had to upload photo ID to verify their identity, app hacked, leaked, Discord using a third-party checker. I don't know which one it was. I don't believe it was Persona.
But I bet you I guarantee you they said, oh, we're very secure.
Probably. Yeah, that's fair. So we have seen those issues in the past. And even if you do use your camera to like scan your face, we do also have stories just this year of this is a great one.
I mean, the youth are brilliant, right? Like that, they'll find these workarounds.
Here's a case of, so a lot of video games have what's called a photo mode.
Yeah.
So basically the camera is like free moving. You can move anywhere you want in the scene. And because video games are so high quality now, like it can look like a real person. So someone just taking their camera, putting it on their screen, and then moving the video game camera around to scan the video game character's face.
Yeah.
So that's a situation. Oh, here's a security researcher who they did some testing and they took someone's face from LinkedIn, like the profile picture.
Yeah.
They created a virtual camera on their computer.
Yeah.
And they basically moved the face.
Yeah.
And that's what they use to verify ID.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay. These security researchers, this one's great. They actually printed a face and they
that looks like something off of Silence of the Lambs, for crying out loud, right? Those meat masks that they had in that horror movie. Like that's brutal. That thing worked.
Yes, not all ID and biometric security detectors are all equul.
Looks like the meat mask off of the Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter.
Yep. Or here's a screenshot from a video.
This guy's famous. He's famous.
Of a creator who basically, when you do your face scans, you normally have to like move your face
down, side, open up your mouth, and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So here's someone who just said, "Hey, everybody, here's a video of me doing all the age check movements. Just copy my video and just use that."
Yeah.
So
that thing flooded. I think his face is probably being identified more using AI than any other face in the world. right? Like, it's just amazing.
I believe one of the top comments of the video was, thanks for giving us your face.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay. When it comes to Roblox and ID, age, face verification, is it going to make Roblox a perfectly safe app?
No, nothing's ever 100% safe, right? It's going to probably make it safer.
Will it add barriers to bad actors to actually go on that platform and do their bad, terrible things?
I think it will. However, it will also provide a challenge to some actors who will find ways to get through it.
Now, I guess the most educated, skilled bad actors will be able to probably get around those.
Yeah, we'll see. Right. So I definitely think that it's going to put up some barriers. It's going to make it safer. But again, at what expense? Again, are we giving up issue of our privacy and allowing these companies to scan our faces for the purposes of safety of a child? And don't get me wrong, we think child safety is really important. But again, finding a happy medium is what's.
Yeah. So.
And the reality is, although everybody's pushing this, saying this is a way to protect kids, this gating process affects everybody online. Because no matter who you are, if you're going to go into Roblox, well, then you're going to have to age gate yourself. It doesn't matter if you're 8 or if you're 80, you're still going to have to age gate yourself. So,
yeah. It'll be interesting to see in January all the students having to now submit their face to Roblox and how many of them are going to find solutions to get around it.
Well, in Britain right now, they have that going on, right? And so there's just a ton of stories that I'm following where kids are bypassing these age gating, right? Using VPNs and as one of the simple ways to do it.
Well, at least this is worldwide, so the VPN won't help you here.
And some of the companies are getting wise to VPNs and identifying who are using the more popular VPNs, and as a result of that, they're blocking them as well, right? So it becomes this big cat and mouse game for sure. But it is interesting to see how teens in places like Great Britain, where they already have age gating process in place, are bypassing it. I know that it's all the chatter down in Australia as well, right? So I mean, I'm taking a real wait and see attitude to see what goes on down in Australia, because I do think that they're going to be kind of the test tube case that we're going to really be able to watch and learn and see what's going on, so that, if other countries, like, because there's a push on right now here in Canada by some groups to kind of put age gates in for social media platforms for those under the age of 16 as well, much like they did in Australia. So, right, like, should we go down that road? Should we be spending all the money if it doesn't work in Australia? So let's see what happens. Like, let's give it 6 months in Australia. Let's see what goes on. Let's listen to the e-commissioner, who will provide us with hopefully the open and honest feedback, which I know she does, to let us know what was working, what wasn't working. Is the ROI, return on investment, of doing what it is they're doing, working, or is it a waste of money? Right. So it's going to be interesting. Right. It's going to be interesting. I think for now, though, I don't think we here in Canada should be implementing this until we have a look to see what's going on. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that was like the biggest news just today. A little more of some fun news, because it is getting into the holiday season and people will be entertaining, family gatherings, and to make it less boring.
Hey, and just on that note, a little plug. Next Tuesday, we have our free Christmas tech event where we're going to be talking about, if you're thinking about buying tech for Christmas for your kids, what tech to stay away from. And if you are considering tech like phones and games and other things, what you should be looking at. And the tech that we're going to be talking about is tech that we've tested, right? We've actually got our hands on it. We were able to test it, evaluate it. And we're going to be able to talk about those things. So not only are we going to talk about the good stuff, we're going to be talking about the bad stuff. Free. It's not going to cost anybody.
Yeah, it'll take place after our normal Tuesday live event.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a normal live event like this, and then we'll go into the holiday special.
And just a little bit of a tease. There's going to be giveaways.
We have been working with some of the organizations, and we have some buy-in for some giveaways.
Some good ones too.
Next week will be a very special live series on YouTube.
Yeah, some good ones. And the giveaways will be things that we approve of, right? Yeah. Like we've tested, we know that they work. And I'm really looking forward to that one. So if you are having a boring holiday conversation and you need to get out of it,
and you don't have any physical board games around, if you have a Netflix subscription, Netflix is adding some party games to their setup.
Cool.
So they have 5 so far. They have Lego Party, which is like mini game competitions. They have Tetris Time Warp, which is competitive Tetris. Party Crashers. It's like a Jackbox style game. It's like a bunch of mini games. And then they have Pictionary Classic. So Pictionary via Netflix on the big screen. And then they have Boggle Party, which is a time-based word building.
No World of War tanks?
No.
That's my favorite.
No, it's designed for on like a big screen. Everyone has their phone and you use it as a controller.
Well, that would be cool in World of War tanks, man. It would feel like you're in a real tank. Just saying.
Yeah.
Saying.
So we have a Netflix subscription and we have a large TV. So actually,
let's try it.
We're going to try it live.
Okay, let's try it.
All right.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Turn on your lapel microphone.
Okay. Lapel microphone is on.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do I do?
Okay, so you have to play game. We're going to try Tetris.
Okay. Ta-da.
Okay.
Cool. So what do I do?
There's going to be a QR code for us. So I'll
let me get the QR code.
block it so no one sees it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
So you open the controller app. Yeah, okay.
So I point my camera at the QR code.
Back out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So click
So I click it. All right.
Okay, yeah. So
then I hit open.
Yeah, so my phone's connected. Your phone's connected.
Allow controller.
Yeah, allow controller.
Allow.
And then so basically, there's like it's a controller view on the touchscreen.
Yeah.
And then so I guess we're ready. Okay. How do I get to multiplayer? That's single player. How do I get to multiplayer?
Well, you can do single player.
Okay.
Do single player.
Okay.
I'll go over here. I'll go here and narrate.
All right. You want to try for your lapel? Okay.
Okay, so there's Brandon. There he goes.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so basically you can play party games. Game options? Restart? Oh, game options. That's probably
game options. Let's play language, English.
Oh, yeah, obviously language. Restart. No. How do I get multiplayer?
Well,
okay.
Stand by. Whereas the user is
here,
having some.
Found it.
Okay.
Found it. Okay.
Okay, so I'll get back in.
All right, yeah.
So I'm in?
Yeah, okay. 2 players, yes.
Okay.
Start. Okay, level 1. Okay. Okay, this should work.
Right.
I don't know. Are you left or right?
I don't know. Oh.
I'm left. Okay, so do we all get do we get the same bricks? Yeah, we do. Okay. Okay. No, that's not. That's not. I'm not doing well at this. I'm sorry. I can't seem to get the one. No. Okay. No.
This is a boomer game.
No. Maybe if I do it sideways, like an actual controller.
It's Tetris is a boomer game.
All right. So, anyways.
Tetris is a boomer game. That's why I won.
Yeah. There we go.
Just saying.
That's the Netflix party games. So yeah, they have Lego Party, Tetris, and Pictionary, and Boggle.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, TV's still up. No, we'll just let it go.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Next update.
Yeah, what is the next up? A little bit of silence going on there. Kind of threw you away that we had to go over to the TV, didn't it?
Yes.
A little bit of a...
Google is adding a call recording feature in Google Pixel 6 and any phones, Android phones running the Android Pixel 9, 10, and 6 Plus.
So Apple's been able to do this for a while, right?
Actually, yeah, that's been a really useful feature.
Yeah, I know.
So isn't it kind of unfair when you call like an organization or like a government and it's like, oh, this call might be recorded, and then they can use that against you?
Yeah.
It's like, well, Uno reverse card.
Well, I'm going to do you. You're being recorded.
Exactly.
And it actually, when you use it on the Apple phone, it actually gives a warning to the other person that you're recording the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So I actually, I was having some fun with an online scam guy, right, kind of thing, and they phoned on the phone, right? So that you get those scam phone calls, and so as soon as I knew it was a scam, I hit record button. It says you are now being recorded, and the guy goes bye, hangs up immediately, right?
Yeah. And what's cool about at least the Apple version is that it will transcribe it into the notes for you. So you have like a text version of the conversation. Yeah. Really cool. So for Google Pixel and newer Android phones, settings, call assist, and call recording, you will be able to record your calls locally.
Do you know if it'll give a warning like Apple does? Don't know.
Well, that's a good question.
They must.
I'm not an Android user, so I can't test it myself.
I mean, we have one-party consent here in Canada anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you let the other person know you're doing it. But
the phone to keep them. Yeah, phone downloads legally required audio disclaimers.
There you go.
Yeah. So there we go.
There you go.
That's new for Android, which is a really cool feature, at least for Apple. Spotify fixes an annoying thing about audiobooks.
What's Spotify, Brandon, for people who don't know?
Doesn't know what Spotify is.
Well, some people may not know. We may have some older people watching right now because, they just, sometimes they do.
It's a music streaming app.
It is.
So Spotify for audiobooks is, so you're listening to chapters of a book being read to you. And then what if you take a break, you're halfway through a book, and then you kind of forget where you left off? Well, Spotify.
Not that it happens to me at all.
Spotify is adding AI recaps. So Spotify, and it's not going to actually it's going to recap you up to the point at which you stopped listening.
Okay, so it's kind of like when you're watching TV shows where they give you what happened in past episodes before you start your new episode.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you're halfway through an episode and you don't see like the ending, you might get a spoiler.
Oh.
So this will only give you a recap for the content you've actually listened or consumed.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's actually pretty interesting.
Gotcha.
So for people who love audiobooks, that is a new feature into Spotify.
I don't use Spotify. Do you?
For music, I use Apple Music.
Yeah, so do I. We're kind of Apple guys.
Although our parenting podcast is on Spotify.
Yes, it is. It is.
And Apple.
It is.
But we use Spotify. And I use Spotify for some podcasting as well. So, yeah. Okay. Here's an interesting conversation.
I know. I had to do that the other day, but go ahead.
X, formerly Twitter,
owned by the Uber Lord Elon Musk.
Yes. X is adding encryption for its messages now.
I know. I got that. Like I went online to text a friend of mine down in the United States or message him on X. And all of a sudden, boop, the thing pops up. I'm going, what's that? And it goes, well, it's this new feature that we've now added that makes what it is that you're doing encrypted. And now you have to enter your own passcode so that it's protected behind a passcode. So whenever you're using it and you use the passcode, your messages will be encrypted.
Yep. Voice chats, video calls, file sharing, end-to-end encryption, and vanishing messages. So basically, things that Snapchat does.
Again, I think the reason they're doing that, it removes some liability from them because they'll say, well, how did I know that child sexual abuse material was being transmitted? Because it was all encrypted.
Yep.
Right? Or how did I know that they were threatening to blow up the Pentagon? It was all encrypted.
Don't say that on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube. Boomers.
So interesting because we talked about how Roblox is saying, hey, everything is open and unencrypted. And then X is like, no, everything's super secret now. Two very different strategies.
I mean, most companies, I think, are moving to this encryption model. Well, number one, because it is safe. It's safer for the end user, right? Where you and me are communicating because it's encrypted. But number two, it does remove liability from the company because they have the ability to say, well, we couldn't monitor because it was encrypted.
I guess it makes sense for like younger people having their apps like unencrypted in order to protect them.
I still find it hard to believe, though. The cynic in me that although it's encrypted, you don't think X is somehow kind of data mining that stuff as well? Come on.
Okay, so it is mentioned that metadata is still being collected.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah, just like Colossus, their AI plant that they got going on, their big server plant where they were only licensed to have 15 natural gas generators, right? They built 37, but you know what? They said, we promise you we'll never use them. Well, an investigator decided to fly a drone over it with an IR camera, and guess what? All of them were going at the same time, right? So we're only collecting the metadata. Like, X is not really,
and yet we can't have plastic straws.
Yeah,
here's X with all their natural gas generators.
Just look at some of the things. Like, did you see that video? I talk about it in a presentation. I showed it. You probably saw it. Where X right now is rolling out Grok into their Teslas, into their cars for their inboard communication AI assistant, right? And so it's rolling out in certain countries, and in Europe it is. And there was a Canadian mother who lives in Europe right now, in Britain. They just updated their car. They put this in there. So their young 10-year-old child says, hey, let's play with this new AI assistant. So the AI assistant was known as Gork, G-O-R-K, at Play on Grok, right? And there's a variety of different personas that you can have, and he was one of them. And Gork is a little bit of a slimy guy, right? And all of a sudden, Gork is saying things that you shouldn't be saying to a 10-year-old, like, send me a nude, and stuff like that. It's like, are you kidding me? Mom's going, right? So, like, some of these companies, and why I mention this is because they're moving fast and breaking things. So when they say that they're not scanning, it's all encrypted and we're not scanning it. Like, okay, well, who is the third party going in to ensure that what they're saying is true? Because guess what? Past history dictates future performance, and I just don't trust that, right? That's just me.
That's fair.
And maybe it's just because I'm a boomer, right? But I just don't trust them. Although I use their product, right? And the reason I use their product is because a lot of academics still use it as a way to talk to one another and stuff,
and
right?
Public companies use it as their primary announcements,
right.
Short form blogging.
It also allows me to see the other side of the fence, right? With respect to people who are a little bit more right of center, right?
Yeah.
So just saying.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Microsoft rolling out screen capture prevention for Microsoft Teams users.
Yeah.
So as a user, you have to have a premium account. In your meeting, you can turn on the screen capture protection toggle.
Right.
So someone can't come in and screen capture your event.
By going like screen capture on the computer. But what happens if I have my phone out and go, take a picture of the screen?
Or you route your monitor through a recording device because I don't know.
Say that's not so, Brandon.
I don't know. I mean, how do we get our screens here on the screen there? So interesting enough. So don't think that because this toggle is on that it will prevent your meeting from being captured.
It's kind of like Snapchat. Just because you can make a message disappear, or a video or a picture in 5 or 10 seconds doesn't mean it's gone, right?
Now, if you're connecting to Microsoft Teams with this feature on an unsupported platform, attendees will be placed in an audio-only mode. So that's a thing. Just so you know.
There you go.
It'll probably add more hurdles.
We don't use Teams here at the White Hatter. We can integrate with them, right? Your system integrates with Teams. Like, we've worked with organizations that use Teams as their main streaming platform. So what you've designed here at the White Hatter Studio allows us to integrate with Teams or Zoom or any of these other platforms, right? But
yeah, I've been looking at Teams, and it has some additional features that are new now that might be interesting as like a primary broadcasting platform.
Interesting.
That can allow up to like 10,000 people.
Oh.
So I am investigating Microsoft Teams a bit more. The thing with Microsoft is that everything is just so big and convoluted and such, and it's just a headache to kind of manage around their apps. So, but Teams is looking interesting.
I know a lot of federal government agencies, they're kind of using Teams. I mean, a good example, the RCMP uses Teams.
Well, you can have it run on servers locally within the country.
Yeah. So I mean, there are definitely some benefits to it for sure. So, but still, I don't think this is really, like I say, if I pull out my phone and I take a screenshot of it, well, got it, right?
Who doesn't have a spare phone lying around nowadays, right?
Burner device.
Oh yeah, well, with all the like iterations of phones.
You know what the kids are doing? They're smart, right? Like some of these schools now are implementing these phone bags, right? Where you put your phone, you're going into school, you put your phone in this bag, this pouch, and it locks it down and you turn it in, right? Well, these kids, what they're doing now is you can go onto Amazon and buy a phone that looks like a phone, but it's not, for like $10. And then they're putting those in. One school said they found a kid who put a chocolate bar that was the same size.
You know what? Yeah, a chocolate bar could come in this size format,
right?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
It's
because
like chocolate bar, but
well, I mean, anyways. These kids are finding ways around that, right? Right? Like, why not teach them good digital literacy on the use of a phone? Is kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, I know we did a review on a product called the Butler, right? Or the Doorman. Sorry, it was called the Doorman app. Right. And Doorman goes onto the phone and it allows the school or any other agency. So the kid still gets to keep their phone, but it limits what the phone is capable of doing while within the geofence of the school. Right. So again, the kids get to keep their phones. We're teaching them digital literacy on how to use the phones properly. And they're like half the price of these bags. And so,
well, you could buy individual bags for each student or have them download an app.
Yeah. Or you buy a magnet off of Amazon that are being sold now that you can unmagnetize these things. Or, I'm watching YouTube videos of kids that are able to, jerry rig or snap the button to the point where it's not damaging it, but they can still get into the pouch and stuff. So I saw one video of a kid who bought this magnet that works on these bags, and what he's doing is he goes into the bathroom because all the kids, teacher can't go to the bathroom, so they're going to the bathroom with their pouches, and then they're unlocking them in the bathrooms, right? So
I kind of want to buy a pouch and just do a bunch of videos of how they don't work.
Yeah.
That would be a fun video.
There's just all kinds of YouTube videos right now of teens showing different ways that they're bypassing these pouches, and they're not cheap. And the amount of money that schools and school districts are paying for these things. Can you imagine taking that money and using it to teach teachers about good digital literacy, how to use AI and to integrate AI if that's what they're deciding to do? There's just so many different better ways that you can spend the money, right?
I see that more with like American schools because there is so much government funding being dropped into school safety and security.
Well, right now in Ireland, I don't know if Wayne is watching right now, but in Ireland, there's a huge public investigation going on right now because the amount, like millions of dollars that the Irish government has paid for these pouches. But what they're getting in return is like, where did all the money go? Who's getting the money? Who's benefiting from this? And they're not necessarily working as well as they thought it was going to work. Anyways, off my soapbox again. I think these pouches, I understand the why, but it's just, anyways, I think the Doorman app is probably the better way to go. And we got no shares. We get no kickback from the company as well. When they sent it to us to test, it was like, this is actually a very cool app. And I actually spoke to a high school down in the United States who's doing the beta test with the company. I spoke to the principal and he said that their school used to have pouches, but they got rid of the pouches and they love this thing, right?
It's cheaper now too.
Well, it's cheaper, but number two, it allows them to do a variety of different things because now they can use the phone for the kids to check in. So it takes attendance. If the kids try to go to some place they shouldn't be going, the teacher or the principal gets a notification. It's just, he says it's great since they've implemented it. And the reason he says the biggest thing is that the kids love it because they still have their phone. So it's not as if they're being punished by putting their phone in a pouch and giving it away, right? It's almost as if you're being punished for that. And he said that the kids don't feel like that with this app. So he says they still have the phone. So they have some ownership of the phone and they still have the ability to use it. So they're using it in ways that are appropriate from a digital literacy standpoint within a school. He loves it, right? And again, he's getting no kickback from the company as well. But he, like when I spoke to him, we wrote the article. You can find the article on our website. Just go to our website, www.thewhitehatter.ca. Type in the search block about 3/4 away down under resources.
I think it's also under the review section too.
Yeah, so just click in there and just type in the Doorman and you'll find the app, right? You'll find the article that we wrote on app. It's brilliant.
Next update last week, Facebook Meta announced Marketplace is getting some new features, primarily collaborative features. No. Yeah. I mean, that's what they market it as. But, I know. No. Can you tell that Facebook is for millennials and boomers and Gen X's?
Those are my people. Those are my people.
So Facebook Marketplace, which honestly is kind of like the most popular like third party like selling platform now.
Your aunt is on that thing every day. Like she sent your mom pictures of these new Christmas things that she bought online for like dirt cheap. They're really cool. But she's on there every day buying stuff and trading stuff. Like it's unbelievable, right?
Well,
she actually said to us, she said, if you guys need to sell anything, just let me know. I'll look after it on Marketplace. And she will.
Okay. Well, they're adding features for collaborative shopping.
Oh my God. Let's not tell her that. Oh my God.
Users can now create collections of Marketplace listings that share them with friends, and friends can be invited to group chats with sellers and able to have a shared decision. And they're adding social interactions where listings now support reactions and comments, allowing buyers to share feedback and help others evaluate the items.
Oh boy.
And they're adding AI integrations,
Who isn't?
tools to suggest smart questions to ask sellers based on the listing details.
And what's interesting about that, we spoke about this, I think it was the last show, the show before that, where we said that, Facebook announced that anything you're putting into any of their products, so Meta, that one's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, anything you're putting in there in any of their chat apps or anything like that is being sucked in, hoovered in, and being used to train their LLM, right? Their AI. So just know that that's what they're doing with this product.
Interesting note, if you are buying a used car, which I think a lot of people do on Facebook Marketplace, they have vehicle insights now, providing specs, safety info, reviews, and pricing, and all other breakdowns for cars.
So like a blue book?
Yeah, but AI powered. So what I would like to see is if they can tell you if there's any recalls. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Has it been in any accidents?
It probably won't get that data.
That's where you have to do like the autofax thing, those.
Yeah. And they're now also integrating with eBay and Poshmark.
Oh, wow.
Facebook Marketplace is getting more powerful.
Yeah.
And
sucking more of our data.
Yeah.
And monetizing it to their advantage, and we get nothing.
Well, it's free, and it gives you a
That's
market.
the thing, right? Because it's free, you have to give up something.
And
that something is our data.
Access to a market of people who might want to buy your used
stuff.
Yeah. I say socks, but no, don't put.
You can probably sell socks on there and probably make a killing. Like Sandra can sell anything.
I guess
on
it
there.
Depends whose socks they are.
That's true.
Okay. Oh, so AI with Open AI. It seems like they have an announcement every week.
OpenAI owns like ChatGPT, DALL-E, those things. Sora.
They are piloting group chats. So how Facebook has AI group chats and group marketplace chats, you can now you can invite people to have a shared chat session with GPT.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction.
Okay.
I promised you that I wasn't going to post. You gave me permission that I could post one article this week, right? Because we got some other stuff going on, right?
Well, we have our holiday tech guide event next week.
I get that, right? Because I'm kind of writing an article. That's one of the cool things about being retired, right? Like I can sit back and just write. As you know, I just love writing, right? So I've actually written an article. I'm just about finished it now. How I'm predicting that OpenAI is going to make legacy social media, things like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, go by the way of the dodo bird, because they're going to create these new social pods where you can now integrate with one another, people of like-mindedness to talk, also utilizing an AI agent to do the same thing. And that's what I'm predicting. And this kind of pointing that way, right? Now, I think that there's going to be benefits and weaknesses. I think the benefits of having an AI-based social platform is going to be that you're going to be able to control more of what goes on within that platform using your AI agent, right? To keep out the baddies, a good example. But also there's issues around privacy now, right? And what's it collecting? But this, when I read this, I went, aha, everything I'm predicting thus far, I'm pretty good at predicting. Most of my predictions have been right on. Like, I truly do believe that we're going to see a big move. Like, I'm trying to think of maybe as a boomer, what I can do is create a new social network for boomers in the Open AI platform as a part of a social experiment.
Good luck.
I know.
Where I see this, okay, so it's currently being experimented in Japan, New Zealand, South Korea, and Taiwan.
Yes.
It's looking to across free, Go, Plus, and Pro plans.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because we've seen how like educators, in order to avoid cheating using AI, how they will have like group projects. So you could add all your fellow group project members into a shared GPT timeline, and there we go.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I wrote another article that's ready to go. Actually, I just posted it today. Right? It's on our Facebook page over the fact that what a lot of teachers are now doing is moving more to project-based examinations rather than written, just because of the ability for young people to basically plagiarize using ChatGPT. So they're moving more to a project-based educational approach, which I think is a brilliant way to help.
Do they call that demonstrative learning?
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of names for it. But what it does is it goes to show you that rather than just memorizing something, it goes to show you that your student actually understands what it is that they're learning and putting it into practice, which I think is the way to go, because I think, education has been based upon memory in the past. And not saying that that's not important, it is, but I do think that nowadays, given what's going on with the AI, I think it's more going to be about teaching kids how to take the knowledge that they're learning and apply them in the real world. So that's where I think that we're going to see education.
Okay.
Prediction, another one.
Last story today is LinkedIn introduces new AI-powered people searching experience for premium users in the United States.
Why?
Well, here's one example where someone looking for a person, such as Northwestern alum who worked in the entertainment marketing industry, or people who can help me understand U.S. work visa systems.
You can do that in ChatGPT right now.
But ChatGPT doesn't have the data of all the LinkedIn users. So what this does is it uses LinkedIn's, your postings, your work experience. Here's where you worked. Here are your deliverables. Here are your achievements. Here's your education. Because basically LinkedIn is just public resumes, more or less.
Well, I'm also finding it's becoming more of a place where you can share ideas now too, right? Like I know that it started out more as a share your resume business and that kind of stuff, but it's also becoming a place where people can share ideas and thoughts and stuff like that as well.
So instead of using a hierarchical kind of base filtering system,
that's a good word.
Where basically you look for filter people by Canada, filter people by working for Intel, people with these. So you can normally filter people like very in a stringent way. This is using AI, so you can search people more organically
and more surgically,
and more surgically. Yeah. Funny enough, actually, today, the MI5,
yeah, I read about that.
The spy agency, basically, they announced that hey, foreign spies are connecting with government officials via LinkedIn in order to build relationships with them, because I think, as we've seen through history, relationship building is the most effective spy tactic out there.
I think we call that human hacking or social engineering.
Yep. Sometimes people call it honeypotting.
Yes, that too.
So those are some of the historically most effective spying strategies. So using LinkedIn in order to build relationships. And now you can imagine, well, if I'm a spy and I am targeting people in the government, I can now use LinkedIn's AI more advanced features to target people who actually are going to be useful to me as a spy. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Cindy. I'm 35. Would you want to talk? The honeypot, right? The honeypot.
That could work well.
Right.
So interesting. So funny that this literally also came out today as a news report. So yeah. So LinkedIn, only available to premium subscribers at the moment. They have to pay for their premium membership.
One of the things that I've done on my LinkedIn page is because LinkedIn is now scanning everybody's stuff to train their AI. I've basically turned it off on my LinkedIn page, right, so that they can't use what I'm posting to train their AI. That's just what I do. I know others don't want to do that, and that's fine as well, because by not doing that, you're becoming more searchable. But that's just something that I've decided to do, and it's easy to do. If you want to learn how to do it, just Google how to turn off AI feature in LinkedIn, or just put a prompt into ChatGPT if you're using that, saying, hey, how do you go about turning this off on LinkedIn? Follow the instructions.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
On that note, those are the top news stories since our last show that we think can have an actual practical impact on your daily life. So, as we mentioned, next week we are doing a regular live show, but afterwards we are doing a special holiday show, and we got some giveaways, some advice, some tips and tricks.
Good giveaways.
And so do share that event page with your friends and family.
Some good giveaways.
Especially before Black Friday happens, before you buy that latest, maybe somewhat cheaper tech device. I know Black Friday deals aren't as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
But before you get something on sale, because it's just on sale, some things to consider before buying that new fancy
you know what?
device.
I'm going to feel like Oprah Winfrey to a degree. Like, and you can have a car, and you can have a car. Now, we're not giving
to clarify, there are no cars.
There are no cars. But there's going to be some other really cool things there that we're going to be able to give away as digital door prizes for those who tune in. And we really encourage you to do it, because right now there's a real push by the industry to have you buy these AI toys. And so we're going to be talking about that and why we believe you shouldn't be doing that. But then we're also going to be talking about, okay, if you're deciding to buy your child a phone, what type of phone, or some other things to keep families safer, right? That's
Okay. On that note, thank you for watching and tuning in, and we'll see you all next time on the holiday edition of our update show.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye for now.
Good afternoon, Dr. Court. How you brought yourself to where you are today?
Wanting to be generous and accommodating.
Work with young people.
We decided to do some background research on these three major mobile ISPs, what's clearly prohibited and could in fact be a violation of their terms of service.
We thought this would be an opportunity to create a video about general buying and selling safety tips on the internet.
Created a version 2 that they call the TWH Scholar, and which is specifically designed for you.
About a new mobile phone that was on the market called the Wise Phone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unanswered Questions. Sometimes we just don't get enough time to answer all the amazing questions from students during our live broadcast. Recent bug in Meta, Facebook, and Instagram proves you cannot always trust a password. AI cybercrime is happening right now and is likely going to be happening more. We wish to recognize these extraordinary and outstanding people by presenting them with the White Hatter Medallion.